everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of Grim Scenarios. I am your host, Milk, and with me, as always, my friend and co-host, Emma. Hello, Emma.
Although this definitely isn't take two, because no one definitely messed up the original take of this episode. Don't worry about it.
Don't know what you're talking about, Emma. This is a wonderful Wednesday that we're spending together live here doing our podcast.
We record this live, so it can't be take two. That's just logic.
Nope, can't have a second take on a live recorded podcast that we do on Wednesdays.
Alright, let's not explain the joke.
Look,
Anyway,
folks, things go the way they go sometimes. We just have to roll with the punches.
Let's talk about some things we're gonna shill for.
That seems like a great idea, Emma. And the first of those, of course, is Magicians, Gamblers, and Drunks, a Las Vegas Clocktower convention that's going to be held at the Plaza Hotel in Fremont, in Las Vegas, from the 27th to the 29th of October. Emma and I are going to be there. We're doing a live Grim Scenarios podcast recording. We've got some big plans. We're going to have a really, really fun time. If you get in a day early, there's some special stuff on Thursday that's going down on the 26th. And as with all conventions, especially Clocktower conventions, probably should come a day early, stay a day late, have a good time.
Yeah, you can buy tickets at VegasClocktowerCon.com. If you can't make it to Vegas, it's too far away, maybe you live in Europe, you can go to Ravens Woodstock, the number one Clocktower convention in the United Kingdom, and the number one Clocktower convention with a pun on the Woodstock Music Festival. No other Clocktower conventions make that pun. You can't buy tickets yet, but it's going to be February 14th to 16th in Coventry in the United Kingdom. You can buy your plane tickets if you're living in America. You can get on the waiting list for badge tickets. I'm going to be there. I don't know who else is going to be there, but it's going to be a great time. That's being hosted by Ed, Hatters, Roxy, Oliver, and Tom. It should be a wonderful time.
Yep, should be a lot of fun. And of course, that brings us all the way to April of 2024. And that means ClocktowerCon 2024 here, right in my backyard near Washington, D.C. Going to be in McLean, Tysons, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. And it is going to be a blast. Emma and I are going to be there. We're going to be hosting some Grim Scenarios related events, probably do another live podcast recording. Almost certainly we will be running games. We'll be running games basically everywhere we go. We always like to storytell. We sometimes storytell together. We sometimes storytell on our own. We sometimes play in each other's games because that's what friends do.
Yeah, and that's the April 14th, 16th. Sorry, I got frazzled and flipped things in my head. The Coventry, United Kingdom one is the 16th, the 18th. You get on the waiting list at ravenwoodstock.com. And for ClocktowerCon, tickets are going incredibly fast. I
think there's 100 badges left, I think. Maybe.
And it's almost sold out, so you should really go and get your tickets at clocktowercon.com. That's April 14th to 16th. And with that, and not because this is a second take, because that would be absurd, let's just get straight to the Grim. You see the Librarian token.
Oh, I see the Librarian token. Well, that's not different from the previous time that we did this.
No, it literally is different.
Let's. I mean, we didn't do this. This is live. Everything's live. Let's go to the Grim.
All right, Milk. You are woken up in the night. You see a drunk between seats 3 and seats 4.
Interesting.
All right, and when you wake up, seat 7 wants to talk to you.
Seat 7. Sure, let's go talk seat 7.
Alright, seat 7 tells you that they are the imp and you are the marionette.
Alright. Well, this is a good place to start, as always, thinking about what does it mean for someone to be the marionette. The marionette token isn't passed out. It's a token like the drunk token, which is a hidden role, a you think you are role, if you will. So the Marionette token says, you think you are a good character, but you are not. The demon knows who you are, and you neighbor the demon. So, the first thing here that's happening is that for the player in seat 7 to be my imp, That means that there has to be a recluse in either seat 9 or seat 11 for me to be seated next to. Storytellers like to put the marionette next to a recluse a lot of the time because it does hide the sort of position of the demon in case that marionette ever gets found out. And obviously here on the script, we didn't really talk about the script, right? This is Strings Pulling. It is Trouble Brewing plus a marionette. It's a script a lot of people like to play. Very commonly, you see it a lot in the community.
Yeah, when we ran our Vegas giveaway, we asked people to submit some scripts and characters they would like to cover. This was one of them. We're going to cover all the scripts, all the characters we were asked to cover.
Yep.
On those scripts, this was just the one that was the fun one to start with. So that's something to look forward to over the next couple months.
Yeah, and we're really doing a little bit different today. We're not just kind of doing a grim solve. The sort of game for today that Emma and I are playing with each other is, are you the marionette? Am I the marionette? We randomized whether each of us individually was going to be the marionette. So we might have 2 marionettes. We might have 1 marionette. We might have 0 marionettes. Kim helped us randomize the outcomes. Shout out to Kim.
Yep, love Kim. Anyway, seat 7 tells you that their other minion is seat 8, who is the poisoner.
All right, seat 8 is the poisoner, and I have been told that I am the marionette. So as the librarian who's seen a drunk, of course you're always going to look at your token and think, am I the drunk who's been shown to other players as the drunk? You might ask if you're poisoned. And in this case now, another place where my bad information might come from is from being the marionette. So this is a pretty tricky situation for me. I've been told there's a poisoner in the game, so even if I'm good, I can't necessarily trust that my information is good. There's a lot going on here right now.
Alright, well, you get back to town. Seats 2, 3, 4, and 11 are there. Pick one.
Seats 2, 3, 4, and 11. I'd like to talk to seat 4, please.
Okay, you go and talk to seat 4. They go, what's up?
Hey, I was just wondering if you would be willing to share some information?
They go, yeah, sure. I am the Raven Keeper.
Raven Keeper. Okay, cool. That's good to know. You are the Raven Keeper. Okay, great. I am the librarian, and I've seen a recluse between seat 9 and seat 11.
They go, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Yep. All right. So what have I done here? So if I'm a good player that's being led on by the evil team, I could be making some problems for good. But if I am actually the marionette, this is information that I definitely have. And as the librarian, I can point at my 2 neighbors and say, they're the recluse. And if neither of them ends up being the recluse, or we don't end up, being able to sort of figure out that we are the marionette, we can always share our good team information later. They might trust it, they might not.
Alright, you get back to town. Seats 8, seats 11, and 2 are all there.
Let's talk to seat 11.
Okay, you talk to seat 11. They say, just wanted to warn you, you might be the marionette, because I'm the recluse.
Oh, that's really interesting, because I'm the librarian. I saw you as the recluse.
They go, huh. That's a weird one.
That's strange.
Especially on a marionette script.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's pretty unusual. But, I mean, I'm just a librarian, so...
I hope people don't think we're the demon and the marionette with a very obvious bluff going on.
Yeah, that does seem like a really obvious bluff. But, I mean, obviously, I'm a very experienced player. Obviously, if I had false information, I would make up something much more convincing.
Okay. You get back to town. You talk to seats 2, seats 8, or seat 6.
I'll talk to seat 6.
Okay. Seat 6 tells you they are the soldier.
Okay.
And asks if you want to roll swap with them.
I can. I'm not the best person to roll swap with you because I'm just the librarian.
Okay, they say. Yeah, but maybe... Have you confirmed your ping?
Yes, I confirm my ping.
They say, well, maybe if we swap anyway, they'll attack me and the knight instead of you.
Sure, we can try it.
Alright, they say, great. Who's my pings?
You've got a ping on the Recluse in seat 11 and also 9, but it doesn't really matter. The Recluse in seat 11 does know that I'm the librarian, by the way, and I've already told the player in seat 4 as well. So, sorry.
They say, you can claim soldier, I'll claim librarian with those pings.
Okay, great. I'll claim soldier from now on.
Alright, you can talk to seats 2 or seat 5.
Let's talk to seat 2.
Okay, seat 2 tells you they are the virgin looking to be nominated by someone who wants to confirm their information.
Okay, interesting. I'm the soldier, not the librarian. I'm the soldier, right? We just did a role swap. I'm the soldier, so probably not the right person for you.
They go, okay.
All right, thanks.
You get back to town, and seat 3 nominates seat 2. Seat 3 is executed and dies. You go to sleep.
Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, one way for me to solve really quickly whether I'm the Marionette or not is to just nominate that virgin, right? But I don't necessarily want to out that I have bad information at this point. Seat 3 is now definitely not my drunk ping if I'm the librarian and I have a real ping, which means that if I have a drunk in my ping that's real, that means seat 4 is the drunk. That's probably something I'll never be able to solve for. So
you wake up and seat 6 is dead.
Seat 6 is dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting. Okay. Weird. I guess they were probably poison killed, which suggests that. Okay. How do you solve that you're the Marionette? Maybe that's a good question to ask at this point. There's 2 directions that you can go from. The first direction that you can come from to solve that you're the Marionette is to look at the information that you've been provided by your so-called evil team and see if it makes sense in the world that you're building. So currently I'm been told that the imp is in seat 7 and that there's a poisoner in seat 8. So that leads me to strongly believe that if seat 6 was actually the soldier who was poison killed there, maybe claimed soldier to too many people or just the word got out or whatever, that they were poison killed by the poisoner that I was told in play. So that lends some credence to this world. The other direction that you can solve being the Marionette from is based on your information. As a librarian with a drunk ping, it's going to be really hard to solve whether I'm the Marionette or not based on my information. I can always be either the Marionette or the drunk, and that's going to be tricky to solve without getting some really clear information.
Well, you can talk to seats 8, 5, or 1 right now.
I'll talk to seat 1. Oh no, I'll talk to seat 8. Let me talk to seat 8.
Alright, seat 8 says, how's it going, fellow minion?
Yep. How's it going, other fellow minion? You're the Baron, right?
You say I'm the poisoner.
Oh, okay.
You know that.
Yeah, I'm just making sure because I've heard of a couple of outsiders, so some people must be lying.
Yeah, they go, yeah, I poisoned seat 1 last night.
You poisoned seat 1 last night. Okay, good to know. Okay, cool. Good to know. Interesting. Do you know what's going on? Do you know what's going on with seat 9?
As far as I know, seat 9 is the saint.
Seat 9 is the saint. Okay, great. Yeah, 11 is the recluse, which is how I'm over here, so that tracks. Yeah.
They say, yeah, and at least we got the Slayer off the board.
Yeah. Oh, did we get the Slayer? That was the player in seat 6 then, or seat 3?
Yeah, that was what I was told.
Seat 6, yeah.
Seat 6 is. I was told seat 6 is the Slayer. And
how'd you know they were? How'd you know they were the Slayer?
They must have. They told seat 7.
Oh, they told seat 7 they were the Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good to know. They told me something different and then wanted to roll swap, so that was kind of interesting.
They go, yeah. They told seat 7 the truth, I guess, and it cost them.
Yep.
Hopefully they don't come after seat 7 over it.
Yep, hopefully not. Because we wouldn't want our imp to die.
Yep.
Alright, see ya.
Alright, you can talk to seats 3, seats 12, or seat 9.
I mean, seat 3 is probably a top 4 roll. I've been told what seat 9 is. Let's talk to seat 12.
Okay. You talk to seat 12. They tell you they are the empath with a 0.
An empath with a 0. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's really, really good news. That's weird. That doesn't track with my information.
I go, what do you mean?
Have you added 0 both nights?
Yeah, 0 both nights.
Huh. I'm the librarian. I saw a recluse in seat 11, and they've claimed recluse to me.
They look a little panicked and say, okay, I'm the Raven Keeper, but I didn't know seat 11 was claiming recluse. I've already given my first night's information, but I'll switch it to a 1 for the further night. Just don't tell anyone I'm the Raven Keeper.
Don't tell anybody you're the Raven Keeper. Okay, good to know. Thanks. All right. That's a possible. I mean, that's certainly possible that player is actually the Raven Keeper claiming empath. The 0 looks like a good player trying not to get good players killed sitting next to them, potentially, as an empath. So that's reasonably believable. That said, if I'm not the Marionette, that's a potential extra evil in this world. But they should have the Grim. So actually that player is almost certainly good. The evil team to tell me I'm the Marionette here would actually require the Grim. Because they'd need to know there was a recluse sitting next to me. So I think that player is almost certainly good. And probably the Raven.
Alright. You can talk to seats 3, 5, or 1 now.
3, 5, or 1? Let's talk to seat 1.
Okay. Seat 1 says, I would like to kill seat 5 today.
Any reason?
I had a fortune teller no on seats 2 and 8. And then last night I got a fortune teller yes on seats 5 and 4.
On 5 and 4. So you got a fortune teller no on 2 and 8. Fortune teller no on 2 and 8. And a fortune teller yes on 5 and 4.
Yep, and they say I've had much problems with the claim that seat 5 is making in my experience. I just want to kill them dead. I'm never going to trust them this game.
Okay. I'm gonna mark them as the mayor. That's almost certainly a Ryback in seat 1. So let's just accept that they might think the player in seat 5 is the bluffing mayor. That's interesting. So that tracks with the poisoner claim as well.
You get back to town. Milk, let's just take stock of what you're thinking here.
Yeah, I think right now it does seem like I'm the Marionette. It's not a barren game unless the player in seat... Nope, there's nobody left who can be the butler except maybe seat 5. So unless seat 5 is the butler specifically, I don't think it's a barren game. That means I'm not the drunk librarian. It also means that there's no space for a librarian to see a drunk unless I was poisoned night 1. Now that's possible. The poisoner could have hit me night 1. They could still be lying to me. But the poisoned information that the fortune teller in seat 1 is telling me about leads me to think that the poisoner is telling the truth. I think the demon is probably the imp in seat 7, and I think I probably am the Marionette in this scenario. That's just how the information tracks. If a butler comes out, I might have to reassess.
Okay. So that's where you are. We're currently thinking Marionette.
Yeah, and if I am the Marionette, I've done a good job of looking suspicious by saying, oh, I saw my neighbor as the recluse, as a librarian, and I've done a good job of hiding an actual ping of information. Which, if I'm the librarian, I'm hiding that the player in seat 4 is the drunk.
All right. Well, you get back to town. Seat 6 says, I think this is probably a spy game. Because I told absolutely no one I was the Slayer, yet the demon killed me first.
You didn't tell anybody you were the Slayer.
They go, nope. I was claiming soldier, and then librarian a bit. Things I thought the demon wouldn't want to kill.
Is there a butler around? Anybody know about a butler?
No one's heard of a butler.
Okay, good shot. Interesting.
Someone suggests that maybe Seat 6 was just a random kill. It happens sometimes. Seat 6 says, no, I think it's a spy game.
No, I think it's a spy game too. now. All right, so okay, so this makes it seem less likely that I'm the Marionette, and makes me think that the demon is in that the evil team is between seat 7, seat 8, and seat 9. The recluse was seen as a 0 to the empath. Could be an evil also. Actually, seat 11 can also be an evil being shown. Nope, can't be an evil being shown to the Raven Keeper. They're not the drunk. Nope. Weird information. This is weird. Yeah. Right now I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm not the Marionette. I've just turned completely 180 on this, based on the lack of a butler. Somebody has to be lying about being an outsider, I think.
Well, seat 3 says, just want everyone to know, I'm the chef with a 1. I was hoping to get approached by an Undertaker. I wasn't approached by an Undertaker, so we are looking for an evil pair.
Just a chef 1. Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that looks like seat 7 and seat 8, evil together with another evil elsewhere. Maybe in seat 12, who didn't know what was going on, but if I think it's a spy game, then seat 12 can't be the spy. It doesn't exist in a spy world. There's still too many outsiders. I still think seat 9 might be evil and be the spy and not be registering to the chef. So it could be seat 9 is the spy. Seat 9 can be seat 8 and 9 can be the evil pair that's being seen, and then seat 7 can be the spy. Or seat 8 and 7 can be the pair that's being seen, and seat 9 is the spy. So that's a possible world. If I'm not the Marionette.
Seat 1 nominates seat 5. Do you vote on it?
That is good for the evil team to kill the mayor. I don't think I'm voting on that.
Okay. Well, it gets 5 votes. Seats 7, 8, 11, 2, and 4 will vote on it. Seat 5 is executed and dies. They protest they were just the mayor.
Yeah, they probably were just the mayor. 4 and 11 are suspicious as the additional outsider as well. There's a possible world where the chef 1 points at seat 7 and 8, and then seat 11 is an additional evil of some kind. Seat 4 could be an evil in some worlds, but harder to find.
Alright, you wake up and seat 12 died in the night. Seat 12 claims to have the Raven Keeper, who says they are confirming a good player in seat 4.
A good player in seat 4.
They say, yeah, I think that's all I want to say right here. But seat 4 is definitely good. Milk, what are you thinking here?
Can be poison killed in a spy game, right? If we think it's a spy world, then the Raven Keeper was poison killed to show seat 4 as a good when they're an evil. The 2 outsiders are correct. Nope, the 2 outsiders can't be correct unless I was poisoned night 1. I could have been poisoned night 1. I need to talk to the poisoner and figure out the order of their poisonings. They're probably going to lie to me because they don't want me to know that I was poisoned night 1 if I was poisoned night 1. This is just it. So here's the thing, right? This Grim is starting to look really a bit confusing, right? There's a lot of things happening and there's not quite enough information to cover it all. Like how, if I'm the Marionette sitting next to a recluse, fair enough. I've got a drunk ping. I know that there's no Baron, which means that either I'm the Marionette or one of my neighbors is lying.
All right, well, you can go talk to C8 if you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not a fruitful conversation, but I'll talk to Seed 8 and see if I can figure out what they're claiming their poisonings were. Sometimes when you confront evils about what they've done, they haven't like prepared a bluff of like what they've done necessarily for you, so you might be able to catch them giving you the true information if they're trying to convince you you're evil.
They tell you that they poisoned you night 1, because they didn't know you were the Marionette. They just knew you with the terrifying milk, so they poisoned you. And then since then, they've been knocking seat 1, who they believe to be the fortune teller. And that's why they're not killing the fortune teller.
Yeah, so now there's literally no way for me to know if I'm just poisoned, the marionette, or the drunk, and being led on a merry chase. Seat six's assertion that no one should have known that they were the Slayer worries me. It makes me think that there's a spy out there. Player.
Seat 8 told you that they were the Slayer.
Yeah, they knew that they were the Slayer. So that makes me very worried that there's a spy out there. It makes me still think I'm not the marionette. It makes me think that one of the outsiders isn't lying necessarily because okay, so I think the world that I'm probably going to lean into now is that seat 7 is actually the spy, not the imp. Seat 8 is in fact the poisoner. They didn't really struggle to make up information of what they had done, and they just told me straight up that I was poisoned. And I think they poison killed seat 12 last night. And the seat 12 Raven Keeper poison kill is confirming the imp in seat 4 as whatever good role they are. I think the storyteller showed me that character as the drunk to help cover the evil team. If the imp's information looked bad, whatever the imp is claiming, I'll change seat 7 here to the spy. That's the grim that I think I probably would be on at this point in the game.
Alright, well, you get back in seat 1 wants to nominate seat 7. They say, I got another yes last night on seat 7 and seat 9, and I think it's safer to kill seat 7 first.
So they got a yes on seat 7 and seat 9. I know that they're poisoned. Okay. So you're asking me if I vote on seat 7?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, you're going to be the deciding vote one way or the other on seat 7.
I'm voting on seat 7. The poison fortune teller doesn't get a yes on the demon.
Seat 7 is executed. And the game continues. Now, we've been going for just under 30 minutes, Milk, so I'm going to ask you, are you the marionette?
No, I am not the marionette. I am the poisoned Night 1 non-drunk librarian. There is no drunk in this game. Let me remove the drunk token over here. My pings were no good because I was poisoned. My 2 neighbors are confirmed outsiders. The player in seat 8 is the poisoner. The player in seat 1 is the poison-locked fortune teller. The player in seat 2 is the virgin. The player in seat 4 is the imp. And the Raven Keeper was poisoned.
Seat 1 is poison-locked. How was seat 12 poison killed?
Oh, balls. Crap. No, I got it wrong then. Yep. No, I got it wrong then.
All right.
So it's a lot of information, right? Like that's the point of this exercise. It's a lot of information. There's a lot of possibilities of being the marionette or not. So putting all the information together, not that this is the second time we've done this, because this is definitely the first time we've done this, but putting all the information together the first time with maybe a different token, I was able to resolve a lot of these conflicts. Here, with less information, with non-ongoing information, with day 1 information that's just poisoned, admittedly from the poisoner, it's very hard to use information from that perspective. So I'm trying to draw the world where the evil team is leading me on. With seat 7 dying, I still think I'm not the marionette.
You correctly saw if you weren't the marionette, so we're going to count this as a good win.
Yeah, that was the object of the scenario.
Seat 12 was your Raven Keeper, who got sober information that seat 4 was the soldier and felt comfortable saying they had confirmed seat 4 because they saw the soldier, and come at them, bitch.
That's right.
Seat 2 obviously was your virgin. Seat 3 was your chef who got true information. Seat 5 was your mayor, who was the red herring for seat 1, your fortune teller.
Interesting.
Seat 6 was your slayer, who got murdered in the night. Seat 11 was your recluse. Seat 7, as you figured out, was in fact the spy. They saw you sat next to the recluse and decided, let's try to trick old Milk. You were just the drunk.
I was just the drunk. Okay.
The
poisoner lied to me. Oh.
That's because there was no poisoner. There was a marionette in seat 8.
Oh.
They were just making up. The seat 7 and seat 8 have had a flurry of communication after the seat 6 claimed spy to try to convince you that you weren't the drunk, because they were trying to protect seat 9, your imp who was bluffing Sage.
Very nice. Yeah. I mean, I had that at one point. It's a little bit complicated, but Yeah. I mean, again, like you gotta come at it from a couple of different angles. It's pretty tricky. It's really pretty tricky. All of the different possibilities. Am I drunk? Am I the marionette? Am I the poisoner? But I mean, you get there eventually.
Mm-hmm. I think if you had worked through, you would realize at least one of seat 12 and seat 7. One had to be sober, which meant seat 4 could never be the demon, which meant seat 9 had to be the demon. Or, I guess, yeah, seat 4 still could have been the demon, because there was a yes on seat 4, but you would have just, I think, had time to kill seat 9 and seat 4.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, I think we do get it in the end, with more time to think through it and a little bit of competence. I don't think we ever kill seat 8 as the demon. I don't think we ever kill seat 11 as the demon. The Virgin has to die in the night, so I think we get a clean kill on seat 9, probably the next night or on final 3.
Exactly.
Nice. Good one, Emma. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Let's do our little break, and then we'll be right back, because they definitely can still hear us.
And while Milk is getting set up, let's, remind you all the wonderful things we talked about at the top of the episode, which is the 3 upcoming Clocktower conventions. There are 3 of them. First, in Las Vegas, Magicians, Gamblers, and Drunks of Las Vegas Clocktower Con. Buy your tickets at LasVegasClocktowerCon.com, which it's going to be October 27th to October 29th. Milk and I are both going to be there. A bunch of our friends are going to be there. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a really fun time. I'm hosting a bunch of games as a storyteller. Most of those are full. Milk and I are hosting at least one game together as a storyteller. That's full. But I'll probably be adding things to my schedule. Milk will probably be adding things to his schedule. And there'll also be, of course, a live episode of Grim Scenarios.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun.
After that, if you live in Europe, maybe America's too far or too expensive to get to. But England might be cheaper. You can go to Coventry, the United Kingdom, from February 16th to February 18th. Tickets are not on sale yet, but you can jump on the mailing list for tickets at ravenwoodstock.com. And that's going to be hosted by Ed, Patters, Ollie, Roxy, and Tom. Should be a good time. And of course then, if you're not Clocktower Con out, you can go to the original, the one that's actually called Clocktower Con. That's in DC from April 14th to 16th of next year. Or technically just outside of DC in Northern Virginia. But who really knows the difference between DC and Northern Virginia?
No one.
No one. McLean's Tyson's Corner, Hilton. Tickets are going incredibly fast for that one. It's gonna be packed with all your favorite Clocktower micro celebrities, including Milk, and also me. And it should be a really, really good time. And with that...
Alright, welcome back, everybody. So we're gonna do more or less the same thing, but Emma's gonna do the playing, and I'm gonna do the storytelling, and let's see if Emma can also solve whether or not she is the marionette. So Emma, you are going to be the fortune teller in seat 10.
Okay. Now, something that's different about me and you on Marionette scripts is I have a standing order to never be told I'm the marionette, lest I try to kill you.
That's absolutely true, and it's something that I know about you, in fact.
Yeah?
That said...
Let me just talk a little bit about why I do that, and what is up with, whether that's like... Because arguably that can be on the borderline of a throw. And if it's a player I don't know very well and they tell me the marionette, I'm obviously not going to go out them to town and throw the game.
You're always going to keep trying to solve whether you're a marionette or not, right? Like, that's part of the point of this exercise.
But, the reason I don't want to know, and the reason I strongly suggest players not tell people they're the marionette, is nothing is more powerful than a player who genuinely thinks they're good and who's genuinely trusting their information.
It's true.
What I think is, yeah, I know, they might accidentally vote on you if they're the marionette, you want to stop them from doing that. But I would rather have the genuine social read and trust the storyteller to give me information that's going to push me away from killing my demon than to just decide to be plain evil when I don't need to be. When I don't think it helps the evil team for me to play is evil. So to encourage demons to respect my views on how I want to play the game, I tell people I play with regularly, don't tell me the Marionette. I don't want to know. I think it will help our team more if I don't know.
That's really, really fair. Yeah, I think it's a different perspective, but a good one. I want to know so that I can use my information in a way that's not going to hurt my team. Marionettes who give out false information can get found out as the Marionette, and if you're seated next to the demon, that can definitely sell you out. So you do have to be careful about selling out your team. So let's go to the Grim. On the very first night of the game, you selected the player in seat 7 and the player in seat 8. Sorry, and you got a fortune teller no on seat 7 and seat 8.
Just gonna mark them not demon.
And as soon as the day starts, the player in seat 11 pings you and wants to talk.
Okay, I'll talk to them.
Hi, Emma. I know you don't. I know you don't like being told that you're the Marionette, but I'm a little bit new to this game, and I really want to make sure that you know that you're on my team. And so I just want to let you know that you are the Marionette. I'm the demon, and the player in seat 8 is the other minion. I haven't talked to them yet, but I'm going to go talk to them and find out what they are.
Yeah. Probably won't gotta kill this person now.
Probably, but that's the information that you're told. So, is there anything you want to tell them?
I tell them I wish they hadn't told me any of that. I don't think it helps us win the game. And, yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I asked them what they actually are.
The Raven Keeper.
Okay. I say, just this once, I'll pretend you didn't tell me that.
Okay. That sounds
Not gonna
good.
pretend they didn't kill them. I'm nominating them today.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Sure. So you go back to town, and there's a couple players around. You can talk to the player in seat 4, the player in seat 6, or the player in seat 12.
I'll talk to the player in seat 4.
The player in seat 4. Okay, you go and talk to the player in seat 4, and they say, "Hey, Emma, just wanted to know if you were interested in maybe doing a hard claim."
I go, sure. I am the mayor.
Okay, great. Would you mind nominating one of my neighbors today? I've got some information that I don't really want to share, but I think one of my neighbors might be evil.
So you're the empath with a 1?
Yeah, I might be the empath.
Okay.
So you come back to town, and you can talk to seat 9, or seat 2, or seat 7.
I'll talk to seat 9.
Okay. Seat 9 says, "Hey, neighbor, just want to let you know that I am not the empath, so I can't help you with finding people who are your neighbor. Sorry."
Yeah, I say, I know you're not the empath. I'm the empath.
Oh, okay. Do you have information on me?
Yeah, I have a 1.
You have a 1.
Let's
Oh,
kill
that's
you.
interesting. I mean, I'm not a great kill, and I think I might be Washerwoman confirmed.
Interesting. So you think we should kill seat 11 then?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got an empath 1, we should kill seat 11.
Okay, what are you that is claimed to be Washerwoman confirmed?
I'd rather not say what I am right now, but I have talked to a washerwoman who has seen me as my role.
Interesting. Yeah, we should probably kill you.
I mean, I'd rather not die, but if I do, I mean, it's not the worst for town, but it's not great.
Okay.
All right. So you go back to town. and you can talk to the player in seat 8, the player in seat 12, or the player in seat 3.
I'll talk to the player in seat 3.
Okay, you go and talk to the player in seat 3, and they tell you, "Hey Emma, what do you want to do?"
1 for 1?
Yeah, I guess it's probably okay. I should probably let some people know I'm the recluse.
Okay.
What about you?
I am the chef.
Oh, the chef. Okay, that's pretty useful. If you have a high number, my neighbors might be good for pushing on.
I have a 0, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Then I guess maybe my neighbors are okay. I don't know. I never really know how to work that recluse chef stuff. It's a little complicated. Okay, so you go back to town, Emma, and a couple of players do a couple of nominations.
The only player I'm voting on is seat 11.
The only player you vote on is seat 11. All right. Well, no one nominates seat 11 today.
Oh, someone does because I do.
Oh, okay. You nominate seat 11 then. What would you like to say in your offense, in your accusation?
Fortune teller, yes. I heard a fortune teller yes on
You heard of a fortune teller yes on seat 11. All right. Seat 11 seems concerned and says, I don't I'm not I must be the red herring. I don't think I am I don't think I'm a great kill for today. Yeah, it's not the best, certainly. Are you going to vote on this, Emma?
Yep.
So you're going to vote on this player that told you that you're the demon, or that you're the marionette?
Yes, 100% of the time.
Okay, you know what? It gets 6 votes, and the player in seat 11 is executed and dies. And you go to sleep. That night, the storyteller does not visit you, and you are killed in the night. What do you think happened here, Emma? You have some ideas? This scenario went fast.
I don't think it's interesting if you told you're the marionette.
So, what lesson have we all learned here today? Don't tell Emma she's the marionette.
Yeah, don't do it.
Wow. Well, what do you think Evil was doing, or what do you think was going on here?
Oh, seat 8's the Scarlet Woman, seat 11's the Demon, seat 3's the Empath, seat 4's the Empath, seat 3's the Recluse. The rest of the grim I don't really need to know.
Okay, so you're going to push on seat 8 tomorrow?
No, they didn't tell me they were the Demon. They didn't tell me I was the Marionette.
Amazing. Do you think you're the Marionette, Emma?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, this has really been very interesting and very enlightening about the way that you think, Emma. Well, Emma, I can tell you that you are in fact not the marionette in this scenario, and you've just helped the good team, which is your team, a great deal by killing the imp in seat 11, who just decided they were going to tell you that you were the marionette in this game. The player in seat 8 is in fact the poisoner, and the player in seat 12 is the Scarlet Woman who just became the imp. The player in seat 9 is the Slayer, who was Washerwoman confirmed by the player in seat 6. The player in seat 2 is the Monk, who was also your red herring. The player in seat 7 is the Chef with a 1. Because the imp and the Scarlet Woman are seated next to each other. The Chef 1 also might look like a way to frame a recluse, etc., etc. Seat 1 was a librarian who saw the butler in seat 5. And that was your game of Trouble Brewing, I guess. Yeah, I mean, the evils tried something with you. They tried to tell you were the marionette to try to get you to go along with, basically go along with them for a while, knowing that they had a Scarlet Woman, that the imp could die and that the Scarlet Woman could catch the pass, or that the imp could star pass. Lots of possibilities. And that's your grim scenario, Emma. I don't really have another one ready for you. Well, well, there it is, folks. Don't really have anything else to go with there.
Yeah, I mean, just, like, know who you're playing with. Like, if someone doesn't want to be told they're the Marionette, don't tell them they're the Marionette.
That's fair enough. I mean, straight up.
Like,
Well,
like, this is literally what I will do 100% of the time.
Even as the Marionette, you're just going to go ahead and potentially push on your demon.
Yeah.
But rather than do all the hard work that I did and just solve whether you're Marionette or not, just throw it out there, see what happens.
Well, you knew what I was going to do, and you decided to tell me I was the Marionette. No?
It's true. Well, I maybe should have predicted that or had them tell you a day later, but that's good. That's good tradecraft for next Grim scenarios.
But seriously, like I said at the top, like, I think that the value of someone who genuinely thinks they're good and who's genuinely getting information from the storyteller that won't line up with their token, with the real Grim, is more powerful for the evil team than telling someone they're the Marionette.
Do you think it's a bad idea to just tell a good player that they're the Marionette and try to hide a world, like for a demon, which is essentially what I was constructing here. I was constructing a game where the demon tells a good player that they're the Marionette when they're not, without really having a whole lot of ability to back it up.
Yeah, I don't think demons should do that. I think other minions doing it is more safe, because the risk of the fake Marionette figuring out is too high, and you want to be able to construct a world for your fake Marionette that protects your demon. I don't think it's a good idea for demons to do it. I think it's fine for minions to do it.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, the demon doesn't really want to be going out there and telling someone that they're the Marionette, right? Like, it's something people do in sort of a funny way, sometimes sort of in a meme way or in a joking way with one another, but really... I have a policy. I don't know if it's a good policy, but I have a policy. You get one. You can tell me I'm the Marionette when I'm not the Marionette one time, and I will believe you. The next time, I am never believing you again, even if I am the Marionette. I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that game. So you get one. You can lie to me one time about being the Marionette, but after that, I'm never trusting a Marionette claim from you ever again.
Yeah, you don't get one from me. I want to be very clear with that. You do not get one. You do not get your free shot at telling me you're the Marionette. If I've played with you before in a Marionette script, I will not give you a free shot.
And this has served as a public advertisement to everyone in the Blood on the Clocktower community who listens to Grim Scenarios that you should not tell Emma that she's your Marionette. It will get you killed.
Yeah, no.
Well, that basically does it for Grim Scenarios this week, everybody. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Make sure to check out all the conventions that we talked about. We're going to be there. We're going to be having fun. We love this community. We're always happy to see all of you. Send us some messages. Come check us out on the Discord. We have a Grim Scenarios chat area on the Discord where you can heckle us about our slightly scuffed episodes when they don't work out exactly the way we planned, or when we tell Emma she's the Marionette and she just kills her demon.
I told you what I would do.
The thing is, the one thing I will say, Emma, is that there's an amount of like demonstrating that we really don't plan these out. Like, we really do like set up the scenarios and don't talk to each other about them in advance, that everybody can see when this happens, when this specific thing takes place.
I told you in the intro, that I was going to do this.
That's fair enough, but like, I did have to like tell you that you were the Marionette to make the scenario where you think you're the Marionette, you know? I guess I could have had them tell you later in the game, but, you know, that's a good lesson for me to learn as a Grim Scenarios host here. Anyway, for me and Emma, and of course our editor Kim, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. And Emma, you wanna take us out?
Yeah, I hope your scenarios are grim this week.
This one certainly was.